On Tuesday, the best of the best in Major League Baseball met at Globe Life Field in Austin, Texas for the Major League All-Star Game. This time around here in Logansport, Indiana, we have the best of the bunch in the area. Good afternoon, or I should say good morning, everyone. With my partners, Matt Stein on camera and Vince on my director, I'm John Natali, and we have got the Greater Lafayette World Series in tune for you today on the ISC Sports Network. Game one of, I believe, 4. 10:45 start here this morning. We'll play again at 1. And then Greg Regstraw will take over the duties here for the rest of the set. We're here all weekend. We're here through Sunday, in which we'll match up with 4 championship games. 15 under, 16 under, 17 under. Lots of baseball to be played over the next course of these 3 days. But we start here. It's Logansport's Lookouts versus the Indiana Dogs. Dogs up to bat right now. It's Dylan Pizzell on the mound. It's Jose Portilla for the Lookouts. Count 1-2. That ball high. It'll even things up at 2. Couldn't have asked for a better weather here in Logansport this morning. Should stay this way. Wind blowing in just a little bit. And caught looking on the curveball. 1 down. And that'll bring up second baseman Gabe Gutierrez. Pitch from Portilla. Down and outside, 1-0. And that foul down the line and is gonna stay fair. That's in the corner. Gutierrez hustles to second. He'll be up there standing with a double. And the Dogs start off early. Gutierrez got the barrel head out, shot it down the line into the corner for a stand-up double. Dogs already in scoring position here in the top half of the first. Here's the right fielder, Adam Savanich. Swings over that one for a strike. Hudson on the bag for the Lookouts at second. Gutierrez with a short lead, backs off. Curveball just a bit inside, even things up at 1. Swings through that one, 1-2. Set the defense for you for the Lookouts sometime in this half inning. And swinging, fouls that one back straight towards us. Count remains at 1-2. Fastball on the outside misses, evens things up at 2. Thought about it, and he said he did go, so he did go around. That's a second strikeout for Portilla in the inning. Gutierrez stays home, but 2 down. Brings up the third baseman, Alec Mays. That ball in the dirt, 1-0. And is that going to find a hole? It does. They're going to wave Gutierrez around. Here comes the throw from Alexander. That's going to be airmail to the backstop. Mays will find his way to second on the throw. Checks to go to third, but none doing. But good piece of hitting. Gutierrez was on his way the whole time. And the Dogs put one on the board here with 2 outs in the first. So this will bring up the pitcher, Sebastian Collazo. That one fouled back, 0-1. Portilla checks Gibbs at second. And that ball outside. 2-0. And there's a chopper. Hackman eats it up, fires over to first, end of the inning, but not before the Dogs get one. We'll head to the bottom half of the first. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Logansport High School, the home of the Berries, hosting the Greater Lafayette World Series. Game one of a full slate. Today I've got the first two, and then Greg Rakestraw will be here later on this afternoon. Vince Miralez, our director. Matt Stein on the camera. Kind of elimination rounds through today and yesterday. Then we'll have a lot of good games on Saturday, and come Sunday, Championship Sunday, 4 games, 4 championships, right here on the ISC Sports Network. Dogs now in the field, able to plate one in that top half of the first. Double and a base hit, give them an early 1-0 lead. Now Logansport will get their chance, see if they can answer that run, possibly go ahead here in the bottom half of the first. Be Hudson Shank, Colton Hudson, and Jose Portilla, 1-2-3. Collazo on the mound. We can set the defense right now. Pizzell, Maxer, Savanich from left to right. From third to first, Mays, Rowan, Gutierrez, Standish. Vanderveer behind the mound, and Collazo on the hill for the Dogs. So Hudson Shank stands in, the center fielder, to lead off for Logansport. There's a shot to the right side. It'll find the hole, but playing in, and oh, he could have had him. Right fielder played in. That ball was shot to Savanich. He had to throw. Collazo on the cover. Couldn't handle it. And I believe that'll go as an error on the right fielder. Not sure because it made the outfield grass, so we'll see how they score it. Either way, Shank ends up on first. And one pitch, one aboard for the Lookouts. Give Colton Hudson, lefty, a shot. Standish on the bag. Shank with a small lead. That ball outside, 1-0. And that ball finds the corner. Off-speed pitch, 1-1. Clazo giving a look to Shank at first. He goes. Throw is down. And we'll see what the call is. He's safe. Decent throw from Vanderveer, kind of on the other side of the bag, but allowed Shank to slide head first. And he's in scoring position with nobody down. And just seeing if he was able to maintain the bag. He did. So runner in scoring position, nobody down here early for the Lookouts. And that ball's going to find the backstop. Shank easily to third. And the count's 3-1. Logansport has a chance to put one on the board. And that ball high. Hudson will take his base. Runners on the corners, nobody down. I'll bring up the pitcher, Jose Portilla. On the mound, 2 strikeouts that last inning. Did give up 2 hits to allow the Dogs to get 1. But now he has a chance to put himself in a good position to get that run back. And straight to short, be under the mitt. That's going to find a gap in between Pizzell and Maxer. Hudson all the way around the score from first, and just a little bit timid about that running error from Portilla. Got caught up between what he was going to do between second and third, so he's out, but not before Shank and Hudson cross the plate. And the Lookouts take a 2-run lead. That ball just seemed to carry and carry after it got under the glove of Rowan. Good curveball there. Lopped Camden Chapman up for a strike. Give Portilla a double there and then thrown out on his way to third. That ball chopped foul. Chapman down in the count, 0-2. Just got a piece of that one right on the handle. Stays alive, count still at 0-2. And that one fouled out of play. Chapman staying alive. One out. Here comes the 0-2. Ball in and down. 1-2. ball chopped down the third base line. Good at bat here by Chapman to stay alive. Got down on the count early, but has kept the ball outside of the catcher's mitt. Count still at 1-2. Collazo. And that ball into left field. Pezel under it, got it out. So that'll give Lucas Jones one ahead of everybody. This is Grady Alexander, the left fielder. That ball finds a corner. Good fastball. That ball right in on the hands. And, played a little hot potato between Vanderveer and Dibbs. And nobody came up with it. Can see it here. That's a hard play for Vanderveer. Kind of hear it in our crowd, my coach saying that should be the third baseman's ball. But it keeps Grady Alexander at the plate, gives him a second chance. Swings through that one, no damage done. But 2-run score on the double by Portilla. Logansport takes the early 2-1 lead in the first. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
Logansport High School, host site of the 2024 Greater Lafayette World Series. John Natali here with you on a beautiful Thursday morning. And we'll go here and we'll go through the afternoon. Greg Rakestraw be here later on this afternoon. We got a good one already here. Indiana Dogs and the Logansport Lookouts. That ball inside. To the catcher, Eddie Vanderveer. That ball outside finds a backstop. 2-0. That ball fouled straight back towards us. Count 1-2. Little down. Count now 3-1. To the catcher, Eddie Vanderveer. Jose Portilla on the mound. And that ball outside. So Vanderveer with the leadoff walk. To answer Logansport. 2-run bottom half of the first. Now to bring up the first baseman, Jaden Standich. And that ball finds the fence on the throw over. That's going to allow Vanderveer to get to second with no throw. So a runner in scoring position. So we'll have a courtesy runner, Vanderveer being the catcher. Puts Adam Savanich trying to bunt. He did go, strike one. Savanich on second, courtesy runner for Vanderveer, who walked. Advances second on the wild throw over to first. That ball inside. 1-1. Throw to second. Found the bag, but Savanich was back safely. We'll do it again at 1-1. He's got the bunt down. Pulls it back for a ball. 2-1 the count. Corners playing on the bag. Hudson holding at second. There's a chopper. It's going to find its way foul down the third base line. Even things up at 2-2. It was a busy week in Major League Baseball. Futures Challenge on Saturday, Celebrity All-Star Game Sunday, Home Run Derby Monday, All-Star Game on Tuesday. And swings through that one for another strikeout. Third of the morning for Portilla. Now to bring up center fielder Briston Maxer. He'll bat from the right side. Ball low. And swings away from that one. Count 1-1. It's hard to denote who did well for the fans of Indianapolis and essentially all of Indiana. Runner goes, Savanich chopped foul down the first base line. He'll have to retreat, and we'll do it again. The count at 1-2. Indiana smorgasbord of favorite teams. Lots of Reds fans. Ellie De La Cruz is having a phenomenal year. Had a base hit in the All-Star game. Steps aside from that one. And I guess he got a piece of, or no, it was dropped. Okay, it was dropped. Kind of confused there. So I guess they'll go give it as a strikeout. So another strikeout for Portilla. And this will bring up Clayton Hammonds. Savannah still on second, replaced Vandeveer, the leadoff walk, and he goes to third, ball in the dirt, and nothing he can do. So Savannah on third, now at 2 out. Are some Guardians fans. Stephen Kwan walked and scored on a base hit, or a double by Juan Soto. That ball in the dirt, blocked nicely, stays in front. David Fry, probably the most surprising all-star. Had an RBI and a base hit. Jose Ramirez participating in the home run derby, making it to the semifinal round. Swings through that one, strike 2. I'll count 2-1. Portilla trying to work around the leadoff walk, where Savanish is now at third. Fall back. Evens the count 2-2 with 2 down. All sails inside, throw back to third, and they got him. Savanich caught napping at third. The throwdown from Chapman got the third out, eliminates the threat. And we will go to the bottom half of the second. Good baseball from the Lookouts. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here.
Logansport, Indiana, the campus of Logansport High School, hosting the Greater Lafayette World Series. John Natali here on a beautiful Thursday morning, and we'll play through the afternoon. Greg Rakestraw follows me with a double dip after this, but I still got one more. Right now, we've got the Indiana Dogs and the Logansport Lookouts. 2-1. Be 6, 7, 8. For the Lookouts here in the bottom half of the second. And it'll be third baseman Lucas Jones to lead off. Still some conversations having to be had in the outfield, but looks like we're situated now. There's the throwdown, and we'll get ourselves underway. Lucas Jones digs in. And here comes the first pitch. Chop past third baseman. Rowan fires the first and able to get him. Good recovery defense from the shortstop Rowan. It got past a diving Dibbs. He was able to pick it up, fire to first for the first out. So Parker Hayden steps in. Swings through that one. Count evens up at 1-1. Ball down and out. 2 balls and a strike. Chops that one to the backstop, leaving things up at 2-2. Pitch inside, got in on the handle of it, but it'll go foul down the first base line. Caught that right in on the hands. Count still at 2-2. That ball high. So the count full for Parker Hayden. That ball fouled down the first base line, but it'll find its way out of play. Count remains full. 1 down. And swings through that one. Catcher holds onto it. 2 down. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Crew Mayhill. Logansport up 2-1 on the RBI double. 2 RBI double by Jose Portilla. But got himself caught up between second and third. But nonetheless, a 2-run scored to give Logansport that lead. Ball pops out in the mid of Vanderveer. 1-1. Swings through that one on a good fastball up high. 1-2. And that ball caught him, bent the knees, and Mayhill goes down looking. 1-2-3 inning for the Dogs. We'll head to the top of the third. It's a Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, Local lives here.
It'll be Trey Zasek, Lucas Sekaluski, and Aiden Rowan. Batters 10, 11, and 12. Yes, the Dogs are batting 12. The rules do allow that. Zasek noted as the extra hitter. There will be 2. Sekaluski to follow will also be the extra hitter, and then back to a field player, Aiden Rowan. 4 batters, 10, 11, and 12 for the Indiana Dogs. High sailing curveball misses the zone. 1-1. Slow roller to Hudson. Eats it up, fires over to first. And he pulled his foot off the bag. Alexander just couldn't keep the foot on the first bag. The throw was there. Just too much on the stretch and pulled him off the bag. That brings up Trey Zasek. Just barely back on the throw over to first. That ball down low. Count 2-0. And that ball outside. Bortilla falls in the hole, 3-0. Man on 4 pitches. Walks Zasek. So men on first and second, nobody down here in the top half of the third. Bring up Lucas Sekaluski with a chant, runner in scoring position. Nobody down, Logansport High School. Playing host of the Greater Lafayette World Series this weekend. Games began yesterday and we'll run through Championship Sunday. 4 games that day, and I'll be on the call for all 4 of those, so I'm excited about that. See some great baseball. We're going to see it today, tomorrow, and Saturday as well. Sekaluski swings through that one. That ball high. Count even at 1-1. That ball down in the dirt. 2-1. Hammond's on second. Zasek on first. Nobody out. Dogs down 2-1, but a chance to get one back. That one fouled back towards us. 2-2. And shoots that one through the gap, but yes, it does find the outfield. Everybody will have to hold. Everybody moves up a base, but now bases loaded. Nobody out for the Dogs here in the top half of the third. Wasn't the hardest hit ball, but was able to put it where nobody was. So the shortstop, Aiden Rowan, shoots it to right and just foul. Now it easily scored 2. Just put the bat head out, sailed it down the right field line, but just hit beyond the line, so he'll reset, and we'll start over at 0-1. Portilla now goes to the windup and fires a strike right down the P. 0-2. Portilla has to go to work. Bases loaded. Nobody down here in the top half of the third. And does it right there with the strikeout. So 1 down, still bases loaded. That's a big out for Jose Portilla. It's his 5th strikeout of the morning. Back to the top of the order, Pizzell. That ball outside. That ball down low, 2-0. That ball inside. Pizzell should just put that bat on the shoulder and take one here. Maybe he does have the green light with the bases loaded. Leadoff hitter. And Pizzell wanted to go to first. Umpire says stay here. 3-1. And that one finds the corner. Now worked all the way back, so Portilla with a chance now, the count full. And that's ball 4. So Pizzell on to first. Run scores. Everybody moves over. Zasek to third. Sokolowski to second. Pizzell on first. Now to give second baseman Gabe Gutierrez, who came around the score in the first inning. Have a meeting at the mound. It looks like we're going to make a change, so we'll see who comes in here. Still trying to see who's going to be on the mound. We look at Logansport, and I'm going to guess that this field was not what it was back at this time, but a pretty nice arm came through Logansport High School. Aaron Heilman, that name may ring a bell. Pitched for Logansport. Went on to be a member of the Fighting Irish at Notre Dame and then drafted by the Mets. Actually, he was drafted twice. Out of Logansport, he was drafted by the Twins in the first round of the MLB June amateur draft in year 2000. But went on to Notre Dame and became the 18th pick of the Mets in the first round in the 2001 amateur draft. Decent career. Went 35-46 over the course of 9 years, playing for the Mets, the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks. Played some ball down for the Indians at Victory Field. Remember the Pirates, AAA affiliate. 4.40 ERA. Moore's a relief pitcher. Pitched in 477 games. Did get 25 starts out of that. But Aaron Heilman was a force to be reckoned with when he came and faced the Berries, no matter where it was here or outside of the ballpark. Fire to first. That's a risky throw from Chapman. Bases loaded, firing down to first. But good heads up by Grady Alexander to hop on that one. That could have been disastrous. Now the count 2-1 to Gabe Gutierrez. Bases loaded, one down. One run in so far. That ball outside. That finds a corner. Good pitch. And caught the corner for strike 3. So a big out right there. So that's going to bring up Adam Savanich. Struck out in his first at bat. Count 1-0. That ball high and inside. 2-0. One run in, bases were loaded with nobody out. Still loaded, but a chance to get out of it with only the run scored. But falling down in the count, 3-0. And there's a walk. So the second run of the inning will score, and it brings in Zasek from third. Sokolowski heads to third. Pizzell over to second. And Dibbs with a chance. That ball going to find the dugout. Oh, the Dogs just over the railing. Dibbs down to count 0-2. Big hanging curveball, catches a corner. Caught looking. But the Dogs get two. They take the lead 3-2. We're headed to the bottom half of the third. The Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Bottom of the third. Indiana Dogs with a 3-2 advantage over the Logansport Lookouts. 10:45 matchup in the Greater Lafayette World Series. John Natale with you on a beautiful morning. Vince Miralez down in the truck. Matt Stein up here with me doing the camera work. Beautiful facility here for the home Logansport Berries on the campus here of the high school. Wind blowing out a little bit towards center field. Decent dimensions on the ballpark. See 354 out there to right to left center, 372 to deep center. 320 down the line. – 9-1-2 for the Lookouts. Cooper Hackman swings through that one, strike one. And that ball finds the zone. That ball down in the dirt. Hackman thought about it, was able to hold the bat back. Count 1-2. High and tight, even things up at 2. That ball finds the corner, good pitch. That's the 4th K for Collazo. Back to the top of the order, Hudson Schenk. Came around the score on a Portilla double. It's kind of an odd play to lead things off. Explain that here in a second. Ball inside. So Schenk was able to put it through the hole between Gutierrez and Standish, second and first. And Savanich came up firing. He was playing in right field. The throw was there, but tipped off the glove. And Schenk was able to hold first. And again, he would come around the score on the Portilla double. Up in the count 2-0 here. And there's a chopper to first. Standish eats it up. Will take it himself. 2 down. Here's Colton Hudson, the shortstop. He'll swing from the left side. Walked and scored in the first. That ball high, 1-0. Lots of stuff happening here in the area. Of course, this being the most important Greater Lafayette World Series. It started yesterday, will run through Sunday. That ball catches a corner, even at 1. For the weekend down in Indianapolis, the Brickyard 400 NASCAR is here this weekend. Trucks will run tomorrow night, Xfinity Series on Saturday, and then the Cup Series on Sunday. Very commendable approach to the Stewart Haas Ford racing team, even though defunct at the end of this season. The number 4, driven by Josh Berry. Panini Cards worked with them, and they have Caitlin Clark on the car. So the WNBA and her presence just continues to grow. Count 3-1. And there's a shot to first. Standish heats it up again. He'll take that one by himself. And that'll end the inning. So 1, 2, 3, 4 Collazo will head to the 4th. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Oh, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
Top half of the 4th inning. The Indiana Dogs over the Logansport Lookouts, 3-2 on a beautiful Thursday morning on the campus of Logansport High School. Playing host to the Greater Lafayette World Series. Started yesterday, will run through Sunday. Plenty of action here on the ISC Sports Network. We're going to have games for you every day. But our first order is this one right here, and we've got a good one. Leadoff here will be Sebastian Collazo, the pitcher. See if he can get himself started, give himself some help to get back in this one. Ball finds the way back to the backstop, 1-0. Slow hanging curveball inside, 2-0. That ball outside. Collazo foul is out early, 3-0 here. Lead off the 4th. And on 4 pitches, Collazo takes the base. So Lucas Jones, who came in to spell Padilla in that last inning, allowed 1 run to score, but got out of a jam. But in 4 pitches, walks the leadoff person. Now here's catcher Eddie Vandeveer. who walked in the second inning. There's a strike. Vanderveer taking all the way. Ball high, evens things up at 1. And that ball in the dirt's going to chop, and that's an easy base. There's a pinch runner at second for Collazo. Swings through that one. Count 2-2. Runner at second, nobody down. Vanderveer, 2-2. That ball outside, be 3-2. And there's a shot to left. Will it find the grass? It does. Dibbs had to think about it. But a solid single for Vanderveer. Moves Dibbs over to third. Runners on the corners, nobody out. So Standish with a chance. Run back. And Vanderveer will come off. That'll be Savanich again at first. Vanderveer the catcher. Lucas Jones in a jam here. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Standish at the plate. That ball finds his own, strike 1. Savanich goes, no throw, ball in the dirt anyway. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out. Slow chopper down the line. That'll find its way foul. So Standish down in the count, 1-2. Runners on second and third. On the leadoff walk and then the single. Savanich got the second no contest throw. That ball just a bit outside, even things up at 2. That ball down the pike, chopped to third. They're going to throw home, now caught in a rundown. Savanich makes his way back. Dibbs will make it to the bag safe. Now trying to get back to second. Savanich is thrown out. Well, we were waiting for it, and it came at the 4th inning. A wacky play right there. It was just a slow chop at a third. And on the throw, got a run down. Dibbs was able to make it back to third, but Savanich take way too much time down the line and then got picked off at second. But Standish, with a heads-up running play, got himself into scoring position. Now runners at second and third, but Savanich erased. And that ball's going to find the fence. Here comes Dibbs, and he'll score without a throw. So on the pass ball. So Standish now on third. 1 down. Dogs up 4-2. The high hanger and ball 4. So Maxer takes 4 pitches, gets himself aboard. Runners on the corners, 1 out. That's going to bring up Clayton Hammonds, and we're going to have a visit to the mound. So Major League Baseball has been off this week with the exception of the All-Star festivities. And mostly every team will be starting up again the second half of the season, beginning tomorrow. We have a lot of different affiliated fans in the area. The Cubs will be hosting the Diamondbacks at Wrigley for the weekend. The Reds are in Washington to face the Nationals. If you're an Indians fan and kind of follow the Pirates, of course, Paul Skeens, the phenom, who we saw come through here, and as hard as he was throwing, it's when we had a couple windstorms when he was pitching over at Victory Field. Young man, 6-0, 1.9 ERA, NL All-Star, starting pitcher. If I read the accolades of this young man in his first half of his Major League career, we'd be here for a long time. Paul Skeens is the real deal, the #1 pick in last year's MLB draft from Louisiana State. Has taken MLB by storm and introduced everybody in the world to the Splinker. But the Pirates will be hosting the Phillies at PNC Park beginning on Friday. And the Guardians will host the Padres at Progressive Field tomorrow night. But right now, it's the Indiana Dogs 4 and the Logansport Lookouts 2. Made a pitching change. And that is Cooper Hackman. So Hackman has some work to get out of here. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Base running error. Had the bases loaded. That's how we're ended up where we did now. So 1 down, runners on the corners. And Clayton Hammonds at the plate. And that ball's going to find the hole between first and second. Run will score. And Hammonds gets an RBI single through the right side. Scores Standish. Maxter moves over to second, so now runners on first and second. 1 out. And Zasek swings at that one, got a piece of it. Count even at 1-1. Zasek walked that 3rd inning. Swings through that one, strike 2. I didn't want to leave anybody out because I've seen apparel at Rally House. The White Sox, yes, they still do play baseball and are in Kansas City for an AL Central showdown against the Royals beginning tomorrow. And there's a chopper to Hudson. Flips it to second, fires the first. Can't get the runner at first, but Hudson So you're going to see who's at second now because Hackman's on the mound. But 6-4 on the putout. And Sokolowski gets a chance. Runners on the corners. And got a piece of it. And it's going to find the mitt of Alexander. That'll do it. But the Dogs scored 2 more, extend the lead to 3. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here.
On the campus of Logansport High School, home of the Berries, but hosting the Greater Lafayette World Series here on a beautiful Thursday morning. We have 3 more coming at you today. I'll have the next one, and then Greg Gregshaw will take over my duties. Happy to have my partner Vince Miralez in the truck, to our director today, Matt Stein on the camera. And the Dogs have a 5-2 advantage over the Lookouts here in the bottom half of the 4th. Be hitters 3, 4, 5 for Logansport. Jose Portillo will lead things off. Started the game on the mound, but he's moved around. Logansport has to get something going here in the bottom half of the 4th. And there's a shot. Is it going to find the center fielder? It might be over his head. Able to backtrack. And Maxer playing in. Ball had a little carry, but if you can see the flag out there blowing in. So Maxer able to track it down for out number 1. I'll bring up Camden Chapman, the catcher. Flied out the left in his first at bat. Collazo started the game. 3 1/3 so far. That ball inside, 1-0. And there's a shot, but right at dibs. Fires over to Standish, out number 2. And that'll bring up Grady Alexander. Struck out in his first at bat. From the left side. 2 down in the bottom half of the 4th for the Lookouts. That ball's going to find its way out of play down the third base line, 0-1. Nice pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. And chopper foul down the first base line. Remain at 0-2. And there's a shot. Will it stay fair? No, it'll find its way foul onto the track. So Alexander will do it again at 0-2. And another foul ball. So Alexander being able to stay alive here. And that ball found the backstop. Didn't even say anything there. Came back hard. So a ball and 2 strikes to Alexander. Lookouts down 3 here in the bottom half of the 4th. Just off the corner, even things up at 2. Chopper to first. Standish takes it himself. 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the top half of the 5th. Dogs up 3. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series on the ISC Sports Network.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Batters 12-1-2 for the Dogs. The home team here in Logansport. Home of the Berries, Logansport High School, but hosting the Greater Lafayette World Series Wednesday through Sunday. Here yesterday. A couple ball games. Got a good slate today for you. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we get the championship Sunday. 4 games. I'll be on them for all you. John Natali. All our team brackets, 14 under, 15 under, 16 under, and 17 under. You know, full coverage right here on the ISC Sports Network. Right now it's a beautiful Thursday morning, just heading into the noon hour. It's Cooper Hackman on the mound. A couple pitching changes for Logansport so far. A little fun going over there on the right side of the field. Just a beautiful day. Couldn't have asked for better weather. Cool, too. Had a heat wave come through most of Indiana, but that has subsided today, at least for today. That's going to give Aiden Rowan a chance here to lead things off. That ball finds his own for strike 1. Count evens up at 1-1. Ball fouled straight back, 1-2 to the shortstop, Aaron Rowan. Ball inside, 2-2. And that's going to find some grass in the center field. So a seeing eye single for Aiden Rowan. Leadoff single. So the Dogs go back to work. Nobody out, one on. Top of the order. Dylan Pizzell. Fouls that one straight back. Had a beat on it, just missed it. 0-1. That ball high. 1-1. Swings through that one, 1-2. Rowan aboard on the single to center. Nobody out. Runner goes. If the throw's there, he got him, but short hopped it. And Rowan able to get to second base on the stolen base. So now in scoring position, nobody out. And that one found the corner. Pizzell sits down on the look K. Rowan stays at second. I'll give Gutierrez a chance with one down here in the fifth. And that ball finds the zone. Outside, 1-1. Swings through that one, 1-2. After the leadoff walk, Hackman trying to stay out of trouble. And to third, good backhand stop. And now they have Rowan in a rundown between short and third. And now back to short. Pretty good rundown here and able to tag him out. Gutierrez will get to second. Good patient baseball from the lookouts to get Rowan in between third and second for the second out. I'll bring up the right fielder, Adam Savanich. Strikeout and a walk this morning. So we just crossed into the noon hour, so good afternoon, everybody. Slow chop at a third. Portilla fires over and got him. So no damage done on the single by Rowan. We'll go to the bottom half of the fifth. You're watching it on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Bottom half of the fifth, 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Logansport Lookouts. At the Greater Lafayette World Series facing the Indiana Dogs at a 10:45 start. We just crossed the noon hour. Logansport got 2 in the first, but have been held scoreless through the rest of the frames. They need to get something going, running out in innings here. It'll be Lucas Jones to lead things off. Sebastian Collazo has gone the distance so far. Full 4 innings. Still on the mound out there in the bottom half of the 5th. Just a tad of cloud cover over us this afternoon, but nothing dangerous. Wind blowing in from right center field, left center field. And it's the Indiana Dogs and the Logansport Lookouts here at the Greater Lafayette World Series at Logansport High School. So Lucas Jones to lead things off. Grounded out to short, his first at bat, back in the 2nd. Ball inside, 1-0. After giving up the 2 runs in the first, Collazo has put 9 up and 9 down. That ball finds the corner. Down in the dirt, 2-1. And that ball in and down, 3-1 from Collazo. Hasn't had a man on base since the first inning, but in trouble here. Down in the count, 3-1 to Lucas Jones. And he walks him. So the first base runner aboard since the first inning for the Lookouts. That'll bring up Parker Hayden. And after this one, it's the Indiana Rhinos and the Colts Baseball Club. Thought about it, the bunt, and didn't have to do anything. Ball found the backstop. Jones will find his way to second. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. That ball down in the dirt, 2-0. Collazo having some trouble finding the zone here in the bottom half of the 5th. Jones at second on the leadoff walk. Parker Hayden. See if he can drive him in. That ball inside, 3-0. Collazo in danger of walking the first 2 batters here in the bottom half of the Lookouts 5th. And that finds a zone. 3-1. And there's a shot to second. Gutierrez eats it up, fires over to Standish for the out. Jones will get to third. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to give Crew Mayhill a chance. Struck out looking in his first at bat. Jones on third. 1 down. That's a strike. That ball fouled back. Count 0-2. Strikeout would be huge here for Collazo. Runner on third after the leadoff walk to Jones. Ball high, 1-2. Strike three. Ball got away. Mayhill's going the other way, so an easy tag out for Vanderveer. 2 down on a strikeout. Going to give a chance for Cooper Hackman. He struck out in his first at bat, so Collazo a chance to get out of this unscathed. And that's going to find the hole between short and third. Jones will score. And the Lookouts get one back. 5-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. And top of the order, Hudson Shank. Grounded out to first in his last at bat. High hanger. Doesn't find the zone for ball one. Found the outside corner. Throw down to first. Nothing doing. Count even at 1-1. Swings through that one. Strike two. Just missed the corner. Evens things up at 2. That ball slapped down the first baseline foul. We'll do it again at 2-2. 2 down. Lookouts have one back. Cut the lead to 2, but still find themselves down 5-3 in the bottom half of the fifth. Hackman with a short lead at first. He's got a piece of that one. Sails over everybody's head. Do it again at 2. And caught looking. But the Lookouts get one back. Cuts the lead to 2. We'll head to the top of the 6th. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Top half of the 6. The Indiana Dogs hold a 2-run advantage over the Logansport Lookouts here at the Greater Lafayette World Series on the campus of Logansport High School, home of the Berries. John Natali with you on what is now a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Vince Mireles, Matt Stein with me. Greg Rakestraw will take over the duties after one more. We've got one after this, and then Greg will take over for the final 2. But we're here all weekend. Here yesterday giving you a sniff of what we can do, but the full-blown process is coming through you on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Happy to bring it to you on the ISC Sports Network. So you have some time here. I mentioned that Caitlin Clark was going to be on a NASCAR this Sunday. Josh Berry's number 4, Ford Mustang from Stewart Haas Racing. But Caitlin Clark just continues to make a name for herself. So many expectations coming into the league. But yesterday, even though in a road loss, broke the WNBA singles game assist record with 19. Once held by Courtney Vandersloot, the Chicago Sky. That ball finds its way foul down the first base line. But she also broke the record of combined points. She had 24 in the contest on her own. This ball high to center. Shank under it. He'll take it. First out. But with the 19 assists and 24 points, 66 points alone for the Fever, breaking a record once held by Diana Taurasi. That ball high. Sebastian Collazo, the pitcher, he's gone the whole distance so far. That ball inside, 2-0. That ball in the dirt, 3-0. And that ball high, 4 pitches. There's a walk. Collazo takes the base. And that'll bring up his battery mate, Eddie Vanderveer, the catcher. Vanderveer's been on base twice today, had a walk. And then a base hit in his last at bat. Courtesy runner for the pitcher Collazo, so more than likely he'll come out for the bottom half of the 6th. It's Dibs out at first. Vanderveer chops that one in front of the plate. Be strike 1. Ball sails over the head of Vanderveer. Evens the count at 1-1. One down here in the top half of the 6th for the Indiana Dogs. Scored in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th to give them the 2-run advantage. That ball down and out. 2-1. That ball outside. So after the fly out to center, Hackman in trouble walking the next 2. And he does. I'll send Dibs over to second. Vanderveer will go to first. I believe I have a courtesy runner for him. It's been Savanich every time that Vanderveer's been on base. And we will make that change. And it'll give Jaden Standish a chance. Got on base and scored in the fourth. Swings through that one, strike one. And strike two. After walking two batters, Hackman comes out with two good pitches and puts Jaden Standish down in the count 0-2. That ball's outside, 1-2. And is that going to find its way fair? Foul. And it finds the grass. It's going to find the corner. Here comes Dibbs around the score. Savanich in the third. And Jaden Standish with an RBI double here in the top half of the sixth. And Briston Maxer, center fielder, with a chance to drive in two with runners in scoring position. One down here in the top half of the sixth. Slaps that one to short. Hudson eats it up. Will fire over to first. Will get the out, but Savanich will score. Now it's 7-3 Dogs. Standish gets over to third. And Clayton Hammonds. Ball high, ball one. Hammonds has scored, got a base hit his last at bat. And a slow floater to first. Alexander couldn't grab it. So the count evens up at 1-1. High fly to short right. It's going to find its way in between Mayhill and Lucas Jones. Jones had a beat on it. Mayhill was coming in. Then the ball found the middle of him and in the grass, so a base hit. No matter how you look at it in a box score. That'll score Standish. And now it's a 5-run advantage for the Dogs here in the top half of the sixth. Trey Zasek. Chops that one foul. Down in the count 0-2. Dogs have put up 3 here in the sixth. Swings through that one, strike 3, but not before. The Dogs put 3 more up. They'll take a 5-run advantage to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the Greater Lafayette World Series right here on the ISC Sports Network.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa, my goodness. 122.60 for pin.
What a swim! Six of them.
On the campus of Logansport High School, hosts of the Greater Lafayette World Series. The Indiana Dogs score 3 in that top half of the 6th inning, giving them a 5-run cushion, 8-3